about robbing. Shout it, he'll pop on anybody. Shout it, don't care about robbing your ass on camera. Nigga better ask about me. Nigga, I take your chain, bitch. Nigga, I take your main, bitch.
Let's get into a new episode of Kill Tony. You know, I don't watch these comedy shows. They spook me. There's too much going on. I never know where to look. Okay, my favorite part about this Kill Tony experience is not the actual show. I like the sound of claps in a somewhat dim, area where people are hanging out. Comedy places, the mothership. You know, this theater's bullshit. You know, Joe Rogan went to Texas with an idea. You know, he came to Austin.
Tickets are-
Shut up! He came to Austin to build this dream. Have this, like, new place for comedy. A new safe zone for what he would call his warriors. Speech warriors. Legends behind the mic. L.A. was like, you know, getting to him. Joe Rogan, the system. Okay, scared out of his mind of blue hair. It's always blue hair. What's up with blue hair? Why can't it be green? That's the most crazy thing. It's always the blue-haired trans, okay, that people are scared out of their minds of. You know, I always thought green was a more shocking color on your head.
The world.
Which will be my next. But anyways, Joe moved a lot of comedians out here, tricked them, swayed them to come to Austin, Texas, the new L.A. Just not as gay. No, it probably is. I'd say it's probably pretty sassy town. You know, it's got Tony. Tony's doing tanning. This boy's trying to show off for the crowd. He's got the gold. Okay, but he brought all these people out here to do these shows, and, like, it's terrible. The only thing I hear about Austin, Texas is this place. Is it thriving now? Are there actually other clubs out here that are still succeeding with the mothership taking up all the money?
The live comedy capital of the world. And
So this is episode 707. I don't know who James McCann is.
We'll be right back. Here's a little bit more from the Amazings.
Oh, my God. And we went over this last time. Last time I did Tony, it was probably the time before. I keep commenting on, and nobody's doing anything. I don't think this guy could care less. He's ready. He's ready for Underground. Okay, this is his buddy, his owner of this show. This used to be Joseph Rogan's second-hand man in one of the world's biggest scheme, the Joe Rogan Experience, okay?
I don't want to spend.
Anyways, he's moved on. There's this bigger show. This show's probably, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if, like, more likes are happening with this show than a Joe Rogan show. You know, more people out here are excited to see, like, their favorite Shane Gillis or anybody, any of these, you know, these comedians out here, these alphas. They love that shit. So I could see more love happening here with Joe Rogan because there's more faces, there's more heads. So this show might actually be succeeding. We might watch Tony Hinchcliffe take the throne. You know, Joe Rogan's going to have to just sit down, shut his mouth, and let Daddy, you know, take over.
That made it all possible.
I don't care. All right, so let's watch some comedy, guys.
It's one of the funniest.
No, go back. How does it start? Oh, I thought he comes out of the... Oh, it already happened. I missed when... Shit. I thought that was like a weird... What are you doing, bitch? Look at this guy's face. Redman, you look green, man. Like something's not right with the inside. Everybody else, you know, sitting here has a somewhat normal-looking complexion on their skin. Redman's looking green. His liver's looking bad. It's looking like shit. You know, I'm just saying that from, like, you know, the color we're seeing on his face.
And the reason why is because this...
And this is multiple episodes, so now I know. He's just dying. His liver's shutting
guy
down.
Is truly one of the front runners
allegedly.
Already for 2025 Guest of the Year. He is one of the funniest human beings on planet Earth. His brand new debut 1 hour special is out right now. It's called Hey America. And you
Infected Mushroom says, Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen both bought houses in Austin. Just heard the other day when Jesse on Fire doxed him. I did see that on the RBG group, the Mark David, the Scars group. Infected Mushroom had posted, a video. There was a Brendan Schaub incident. I thought we were done with him. You know, he has shrunken down to like so small. People have just, at this point, they don't care. You know, it used to be too many people, man. We're always like, you ever seen this? It's fucking Brendan Schaub stand up. I'm like, no. And it's UFC. I think UFC is really one of the biggest things that is behind Joe Rogan's, you know, nightmare that he's created, you know, in Austin, Texas. I highly believe that, like, there's something behind Joe Rogan being the man, okay, the poppy of the comedy world, and also being like the guy that's like, you know, the speaker of punches, you know, these fighting shit, okay? What is he? The announcer? I don't know what Joe does.
Find it on Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for one of the funniest human beings in the world, James McCann, everyone. Here he is.
Wow, and this guy's pretty all right at drums. I think. I don't like the hat. I mean, you got to give it up. Like, you can tell he's small. Look how fucking tiny he is. This guy's got to be about 4 feet. Dude, when I'm playing the drums, I'm like way up here. My head's right there. I have to, you know what I have to do? When I play the drums, I have to hold the sticks down like this and just smash it because, you know, I'm so tall, I'm so long. There's not a set out here that's good enough for me to like play it properly. But this guy's pretty decent. I do kind of find the intro music, or just like some of the, you know, I love funk. I like any type of like funky, jazzy type of bullshit. This is all like corny, like bring 'em on in type of music. But the only thing I respect about this show is how solid the quality of sound, audio, at least for the musical instruments. The drum sounds tits.
And everyone, here he is.
Hello,
James.
bro.
McCann, everybody. Fresh off a beat.
Wow, looking very... What are you doing? Wife, hot spring. Okay, cheering him on. Look at this over here. This is like fucking something out of The Exorcist. I'm not into this shit, dude. This is nuts. 2 heads. 2 heads.
Being the guest in an arena on New Year's.
I don't know what this is. So much orange. I don't know what it is about, you know, when people talk about the humans, you know, dyeing their hairs, okay, dyeing it wild colors. Nobody ever, like, why don't we get mad at this? This fucking is nuts. It is still shocking to see, you know, redheads and, like, the ones that, like, build it out further. They're giving us more to look at. Stop it! It's disgusting. So this guy's James McCann, must be a comedian. I don't know anything about him. They gave him the red mic.
New Year's Eve here at the HEB Center.
Are we going to address that during the commercial break? That was the most...
Oh my God, I forgot. One of the best parts about the comment section on the video I put out was people were very upset. They were not happy about their, you know, their, I guess one of the bassists for the band. Well, there's just one. I don't know if there's more. He could be pretending at this point after I learned that he's blind. A lot of people were very upset. They were saying, oh, real nice, making fun of a blind guy. And, you know, the best part about that is he's not going to see it. All right, so let's go back to Tony. Just wanted to bring that up. Okay. It'd keep me up if I didn't.
Just insane and rowdy, back and forward.
Why would we address that? Because it was during a commercial break, James.
Oh, no. Where are you from? I just realized I heard a sound out of his mouth that was foreign.
Back and forward.
Why would we address that? Because it was during a commercial break, James. You could have said anything just now and it would have been better than, can we
Let me
ignore
tell
it?
you, it's worth coming to the show and not watching it online because it was a full.
That is.
God, and I can't get over that. It's tough. With a girl, I'd be okay with it, but a guy, I could never have one of them. What are you looking at? I could never have one of those friends that has that sound. I can't have some British, Irish. I don't know. They're all the same. Tony, you're looking really drugged out. It's looking worse and worse. His eyes, look how pinned them motherfuckers are. Human eye to light with opiates in it. Look how pinned his pupils are. He's definitely high on perk 30.
It's true.
Spread the word.
Weird situation in the commercial break.
It's a sold-out show every week, but yes.
And if Tony's going to do a drug, that will be what he does. He has no idea, you know, about the glories of, you know, the things that go beyond that type of pill. I think that, you know, with all the cash that Tony makes, We're looking at somebody that's got a heavy, hefty habit, and he's a functioning, junkie. But he would be gay. He would have perk 30s. He wouldn't move on to something far sleepier that would really make the show awesome.
That's a good lesson.
Found out you loved antiquing.
Yeah, wow, that's true.
You think you can just bury that you love antiquing
It's
and we're
true.
not all going to want to talk about it?
We all love antiquing. When you're a millionaire, you're going to be into antiquing too, James.
What's going on? Oh, I forgot. His wife's here.
It's fun to buy old baller-ass shit in the middle of Texas.
Let me tell you.
You wouldn't know you had a
Tony,
futon.
with all the gay rumors floating around, was quick.
All right, so this is really tough to hear, especially with it way too loud. So Tony keeps bringing... this is enough. Imagine you have to listen to this.
People say you're a piano head.
This is a fucking podcast. No, I don't care.
And-
I'm sorry. Moving on. Why are you on the stage so long? What are you doing right here? What is this? Ethan?
They hang out there. They never.
Are you here the whole night? I thought this was a contest. What do you have in your a device? What could he have in his hand? This looks like a gun from like Dead Space. Play.
I don't know if that you clear.
Whoa, whoa. I'm going
Here,
too
hit the
far.
start button.
Okay, this is retard straight.
Hit the...
So I hate this show. It sucks. It's just people get up on the stage, they give a try. It's a tryout show. He is definitely turned off. He's got it. This guy turned his switch off. Take off. Okay, that's take off, folks.
Already, bro. Black or gay? Come on, you're hogging up all the oppression for everybody. But imagine being me, right? Half the country's racist, half the country's homophobic. And here I am, right in the middle, taking it from both sides. And I'm taking it good, too. I'm like the Gaza Strip.
What the fuck is happening? This show sucks. This show really sucks. It is so bad. You have to... This isn't like funny. This isn't like American movie documentary. It's so bizarre. It's great. This isn't even good. This is an actual podcast. So this show has literally... It forces you to listen to bad shit. Why would anybody want to hear this? Look at this down here. Look at the size of that.
My asshole's being
Oh my God, he's
bombarded so much you think it was a hospital. And all because I like Yemen. Yemen, 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 hey.
Okay, enough. This is bullshit. So what happens at the end? Since I've never watched this, does this just happens the whole show? I don't know how Mike or Mark does
You ended
this.
up the way you are. Yeah.
Covers this show. There's never the only thing I want to see, and I can't go through it. I really cannot put myself through this shit.
Well, nice.
So watch
It was
this.
classy established. It was on 5th Street.
Like I would love to cover it. I'd love to steal from Mark. But it's so tough to get through it, and I know there's a lot of juicy little giblets. Little pieces of gizzard. All right? Hanging around throughout the show that like would be fun to cover, like time codes and stuff, especially for moments when Tony's upset or there's like some cringe bullshit.
Classy, you know.
There are no classy smoke shops.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
always a
right.
little woman who looks like she's emaciated and she's going to fall down.
Or it's a woman that looks like James.
That's true.
You go to the east side, these chicks get hairy.
It's what marijuana can do to you. I want you to turn your life around.
Oh my God, you scared me. Look at him. Fluke. No, that's not. That's... I'm trying to think of the actor. We all know it. We can't think of it. It's like a mixture. This guy's hair is bullshit. I don't, this is not going to sound good, but I never want to be in this age. Don't want to be there because I know I'm going to look terrible. As soon as I start balding, it's over. And don't get it twisted. This is my hairline. When you get your hair faded, you get a line up. Get your church fixed. I haven't had a haircut in a week. But this is just part of my hairline, okay? It's not a fucking widow's peak. It's just overgrown. But if I start losing my hair, it's done. I'll never do a show again.
Who knows?
But like there's too much bald on this stage. Everybody in Texas has nothing going on upstairs. That's definitely a wig. This thing looks like, this guy looks nuts. He's got like Davey Havoc type of hair.
What you could achieve if you put that down.
Hello, Appalachian
Imagine,
girl.
Look at me.
What do you like to do after you get super duper high? What are some things that you do?
Big
Oh
money.
my God. We've gone over this guy before. He's new in the comedy. This is new Jelly Roll. I don't know his name. And he looks like a girl with sideburns. You know, a gal with a couple burns. He's like a big-time artist, musician. I think country. I guess he's part of the show now, or is this just for tonight?
Look at me.
What do you like to do after
You know, I like the red shades. He shouldn't be wearing them. It really makes him look fat.
you get super duper
Fatter than ever. Red glasses on this face is nuts. That's insane.
high? What are some things that you do?
Big munchie guy. Big munchies. Love eating munchies. Make stupid ass sandwiches.
Like what? What's a stupid
I
sandwich?
made like I like to get spam. You know, custom spam up.
Oh my God, it scared the shit out of me. Look what he's got in his ears. Raycons everywhere. In the world of podcasting is a Raycon hiding. Like one of those, remember those books? What were they called? I See or I Spy? I can't remember those, but they were the greatest. There's nothing more fantastic than those books as a kid when they would take like weird miniatures, and they would like take these pictures and they would make those I Spy books, and they were like bizarre layouts, and they were, as a kid, you know, as a young child, just reading those, I started to get faded.
Shit.
It was very
The
trippy.
slivers, a Kraft single on there.
Oh.
Toast some bread, wheat bread, preferably better for the digestive system. You know.
All right, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go to the end. Let's see how Tony's feeling at 2 hours and 24.
My man looking for loopholes.
It is incredible. This is what free health.
Oh, he is on drugs. I don't know. I think this guy's an actual new comedian. Okay, I think he's been on the Joe Rogan Experience. He's hopping around right now. Look at him. He can't even. He has to brace the table to stay still.
Healthcare gets you, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine walking. It
Go
is
back.
incredible. This is what free health
Yeah, you're on drugs. You leaned extra. That means you're on coke.
care gets you, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine walking in and this is your doctor. Are you like a general health doctor?
Wow.
Yeah, I work, I'm a general practitioner. I work up north, so I do like clinic, emergency room, and in the hospital, in a rural place.
Is that weird to be a
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Look at this guy. God, you could tell he wanted to go. That's what it seems like in comedy. Look at look at I like this. Angry face. He looks photoshopped in. This angle with whatever's happening with their really cool cinematics. They have really shitty lighting in here, so things are kind of like blurry, which is good. I mean, you don't really want to see behind them. I don't think there's anything you need to see. But with like the distortion of the color and the shadows, you know, it's giving Tony a flat side of his head. He's looking like a Floygan Brothers character from the Dreamcast game, the Floygan Brothers. One of my favorite games. But he's looking really pissy. When they do this show, they all have to jump in real quick. They have to get their joke.
white doctor in Canada? I hear it's mostly
And I feel like it would be a nightmare. It would be terrible to have comedians as friends.
Chinese.
The whole time you're like, you're trying to get me to laugh at something you want to write.
There's
It's not
a
happening.
lot of white South African doctors.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're really good.
But this guy was a little bit salty. He looked like he wanted to make a joke first, but James McCann came in for something I didn't even hear.
Place.
Is that weird to be a white doctor in Canada? I hear it's mostly Chinese.
Look at the way this guy flips around. His head he almost broke his neck.
Hospital, in a rural place.
Is that weird
Look.
to be a white doctor in Canada? I hear it's mostly Chinese.
There's a lot of white South African doctors.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're really good.
Why do you think the South Africans are so good at being doctors?
Okay, so something really I have to listen to is about to happen.
Eddie.
I don't want to do it. Does this guy ever talk? The bassist. So I've never heard him say a word.
We're a part of history now. This isn't a normal Kill Tony episode. This is a historically bad Kill Tony episode. And from
Gorham says, bro, Ari Matty gets introduced as a new up-and-comer, as a rising star of the comic, but he says that he has been doing comedy for 12 plus years in Estonia. What is up with Estonia? Isn't that where, like, Patrick Melton fucking thinks, isn't that where he always dreams about? What do you raise your... Oh, my God. Look at his arm. And, like, when I would do drugs, I would be like this everywhere. I'm the greatest. I think that all these comedians are highly dosed up. And it's getting worse. Like, it was better back then because you didn't know about it. But now with all the cameras, we're looking at all these people look really stupid. You know, not edited the way they want. And these comedians coming out, they're all looking like they're high. This guy's off his rockers right now. He's sweating. The only one sweating.
The corpse, a flower must grow.
You know what's going to be great next week? It's going to be all bucket kills that are killing. Like,
what the fuck is wrong with you, Grizzly? What is that tooth? Okay, so Red Band came in acting. He sounds like he has like a mouthful of fudge rounds. Can't even get a word out. That's what happens. Like if you're like not talked for a long time and then you went to talk, you're like, damn, I sounded shitty.
Let's ignore the Joe Rogan's Club. You start from the top. Let's go. Skip the Joe Rogan's Club. Do your material. Go.
Unfortunately, that was my material. He's built a beautiful scene down here, so I moved.
Okay, there he goes, everybody. There he goes. That's okay. All right. Nate Mueller, everybody. There he goes. You're in a special turbo round, Nate. No bombing.
Dude, I've never seen
I was
Tony's
too late.
look like this. This is
All that I had written on this when I came up here was Martin Phillips and Ari Matty.
We're a part of history now. This isn't a normal Kill Tony episode. This is a historically...
I'm waiting for something. I don't know why. I didn't mean to do dead air that long. How far did I go back?
Kill
Oh, wait, stop. I'm waiting for a moment.
Tony episode. And from the corpse, a flower must grow.
you know what's going to be great next week? It's going to be all bucket kills.
And it's not much better than this. Don't get it twisted. Just because I'm slowing something down to make somebody look terrible, I'm only doing that because he sounded bad to begin with. So Red Band came in after hours of silence to say whatever. I'm still not listening. I'm only here to make fun of what people say, that I'm not listening.
You know what's going to be great next week? It's going to be all bucket kills that are killing. Like,
oh my God. And look at Tony. Look at Tony over here. He looks like he's like, it's over. The night's done. Can we end this? The show isn't really that long. This would be the best job ever, you know, to not even have to be a part of if I was like, I don't know, an investor. Secret invest. But this show sucks.
Like,
this guy never, I think he's actually a comedian. I think he really is a comedian. Look at that one. These are like two teeth right here. What's going on in that mouth?
An appointment.
You know, you ever played that game that, like, you know, you push the hippo's teeth in and they pop back up? You know, his teeth are just going up and down. It's like one of those video games. I don't know if you guys ever seen or played a game whenever, like, you know, I got these little things going up and down. You got to hop, like some type of I don't know, Roblox? They do that on there? Fortnite? It's like his teeth are just going up and down, in and out of their little socket when he's just living. Where's his eye? Oh my God.
No, he has nothing in the world.
No, I just have
he has to do VR in like a few days or something for a little bit. He has absolutely less than nothing to do. There's no one.
Wow, that's nuts. That guy literally has to go home and sleep with him on his mind every night when he says shit like this. And that's probably why he has marks like this. He's been cutting. Okay. You ever heard the book called, or the movie called the it was called like The Cutter's Diaries or something. It was on Lifetime when I was younger. It came on after Serial Mom. You ever seen Serial Mom? John Waters' Serial Mom?
I know.
After that was The Cutter's Diary, and the mom found out that was happening because the clothes had blood on them. But, you know, Tony shits all over this guy all the time. Trashes his, you know, just what he does and his, you know, daily doings. You know, when the show's over, this guy just wants to get on VR, hang out with friends. Facebook's meta universe, I think. I don't know. I really hope that's not what's happening. But, you know, people have things they enjoy in life. You know, Red Band probably knows a slew of things that he could say back to Tony, you know, as like some kind of like retort. You know, he could sit there and be like, yo, bitch, what are you going to do after the show? What are you going to do? And then I would dox him. That's what he needs to do. Shit! No, go back!
That has less to do than actually Red Band. He's very excited to drink and complain about his night tonight. That's all he has to do, right?
It's my fault, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
He doesn't look well. He really is kind of like, the way he's talking and stuff is a mind shutting down. You know, he might have jaundice. He could have anything. He could have meningitis, slow meningitis. Slurring his words. He could be drinking. He might have to drink to get through this. Because most of his responsibility during this is to touch his iPad for sounds. He just does the soundboard. And I think he presses... I don't even think he presses record. If anything, he shouldn't even be on the stage. There's already too much happening up here. It's like a fucking Slipknot.
it's not your...
You know, we got like It's too much people. You know, this many people should not be on a stage.
The next great comedian in America is behind that curtain.
Well, not yet,
There
they're not.
might be 6 or 7 people behind that curtain. There might be 154 more people behind that curtain. But I believe the greatness is going to walk out of here tonight.
I fucking hate this. And this lady's in love so much. This is what I'm talking about. When I look at my comment sections, it's this. It's this. In a guy version of it. This. Madder than hell. Your wife take you here? You don't look really happy. But I think there are people that, like, literally they do. They call it, I guess, the comedy universe or something. They're into the comedy scene. Like, anything that, like, requires a stage and a guy saying a couple jokes is the only thing they want in their life. I've never been into that scene. So I couldn't imagine, like, just over and over watching little clips of stand-up. It would kill me. I would lose my mind.
Is there anybody else inside that signed up?
But these are the people in the comment sections that are very upset with me, fighting for Tony, saying he's an institution. They said that Tony's an American institution. What does that even mean? But this show's popularity, I think, is very questionable. I really don't buy the 1.8. Just because Joe Rogan helped him out, I still don't buy it. It's too often that this show is at 1 million, right? There's live? When was this? What is this? It's from 4 years ago. This is Kill Tony from 4 years ago. Death Squad. What the fuck?
But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
This is what Kill Tony used to look like. Public. I feel like I'm watching like Church Access Channel or something. Look how public. This is scary. This is like almost like found footage. Like somebody comes out with a fucking Mac 10. Okay, Dimebag Darrell's security footage type of video right
Great
here.
places. Yeah, tons of them. Shoal Canyon, Rustic.
And this is the show that we just were watching. Look how many views are on this. 80K. 4 years ago, the most beloved podcast was doing silent quarantine streams. Now, I remember when Mike David covered this, making fun of all the comedians doing Zoom. I think they were doing like, this was streamed. So like people at the house that were scareder than hell of the cough were able to have their favorite show still. But there was no audience, so you have to watch this without any audience, I don't even think they do the normal routine. I'm assuming it's just the buzz and them two just kind of like, now what?
A bunch of them.
What's your best score?
I don't know.
No.
Good. Good has been my best score. Par. What is it, 7?
Friends with Tree says the show is actually not good for America. How do they sell out arenas? Every time I see a crowd of theirs in the arena, I question how anybody takes the time and effort to go. Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to go anywhere, for me at least. Like, the only thing I want to do, work, gym, and get fucking weed. And come back to the house. That's all I want to do. It takes a lot for me. Like, Buckethead's coming to Cleveland in March, I think, if you guys want to fucking take a trip there. You could catch me and sight me. You could see me in real life. I'll be there. I'm putting on a putting on my heels for that.
72? Something like that.
But like even that type of stuff, like going to go see a show, I'm like, even the day of it, I'm like, I'm not much of a like going to go do an event. I don't like going to theaters. I feel like I'm trapped.
I don't know.
I'm not into a trapped place. But yeah, people do pay for this shit. They pay to go see this.
What are they pointing at? You did?
Do it.
It is bizarre, but it is beloved. I mean, this has got 1.8 million views. People are fucking, this is what they expect every week. And I think there's 2 or 3 episodes a week of Kill Tony.
It got a little depressing, so I had to turn it off. But it turns out dolphins will have sex with just about anything. Like, they're extremely horny creatures. And it kind of bummed me out, dude. I just thought what me and Flipper had was special, I've heard.
All right, I'm done. So that's the rest of Kill Tony. I don't think there's much left with him. We can watch it short. Who's this guy, this orange?
You mentioned...
I'm trying to think of his name. It's Montgomery. William Montgomery. How do I get more William Montgomery content? Here we go. It's a hash... What is this? What? I don't want to do this anymore. Let's hop into something else. Do I have any other comedy things? Look at this. I found this. You guys ever heard of Joke World? Okay. You ever heard of Joke World? Now, Joke World is a lot like these other like shitty fucking drama alert types of channels where they do like real quick updates and telling you what's going on. Why has society really gotten into like just the, just straightforward type of content? I can't stand it. The seriousness that, this channel Joke World that covers all these comedians, he takes with like this. Fuck! I did it! Go to Joke World. The seriousness he takes with, this comedy updates and content and giving you like... this is just the worst type of channels. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the truth about Kill Tony's Arena, comedians take over the... I don't know how this type of stuff even gets any views. It's so fucking boring. It's the same thing. It's like T-Spill for comedy. So Joke World definitely has like his legs crossed at night. Okay, he's doing drama.